5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. It's Friday. Hello, everybody. It chills, it thrills, it thrills. You will get more for your money than a bag of cats. That's right. You will get all kinds of things. Today is Ask Me Anything Day. If you have any questions you need to learn about, you want to know about the show, you have any ideas, today's your day. So I sent out some invites to several friends out there. Yeah, I know, where is this guy? He's yakking, but you can't see him. I am here. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Remember, cats are not a food substance, so we will have no cat eaters in the audience. My cat is sitting here beside me. He's looking at me. He saw this shirt today and was just like, outraged, I say. So welcome to the Live with Neve show. It's me live alone today, all me, never-ending joy for you guys. I hope everyone's having a great week. Here in the New York area, it is just gorgeous out. There's all kinds of things that are blooming or dying. I don't know what they're doing, but it smells great in the air. It's about 74. There's no humidity, and I'm digging it. It's really pretty cool. All right, I've got my friends from the official World Trade Center Music Group. Hey, buddy. Glad you're here, man. What's happening? I don't know if you guys can see this. We have a new feature where you can actually see somebody coming on the show who's talking to us. It's a new feature of StreamYard, and as much as I have my issues with them sometimes, now what I don't see is why this isn't playing Live with Neve Friday. It says it's going, so I guess I'm going to relax. Everything's good. It's really an amusing day. We've got all kinds of stuff going on in the world. We'll talk a little bit about that. Once we get a few people hanging, we'll talk a little bit about just some of the crazy in the world. We'll talk about some of the good stuff. You're off to Wales tomorrow. Where are you going? What are you doing? Tell us all about it, my friend. For everybody out there watching, the official World Trade Center Music Group is a bunch of friends. I have two of them from this group, and they're great folks. Some young men, and I tell the story whenever I see them around. They're just great young guys, and they grew up with 9/11 being something that is, the biggest things in their life. And I'm a lot older than they are. It's one of the biggest things I've ever seen. It was horrible, and I hope we don't see more of it with all the chaos in the world. Now, the rules are, if you come on, you be polite. If there's anything political being discussed, be polite. I will probably, in the course of a broadcast, insult both parties, your favorite deity. I might like dogs you don't like, but whatever. We're here to have a good time and talk and just laugh and have some amusement. Like I said, I can't tell you how much the weather is just so perfect right now. I'm liking it. I hope you are too, if you're in the New York area. And if you're not, when you get on, tell us where you're from. My friend here from the official World Trade Center group is coming to us from England. Type in your town again, your small place. And great young guy. And if you see that official World Trade Center Music Group, you can go there and hear some of the music that was playing throughout the World Trade Center for many years. It was the environmental program, and being I was a former music salesperson, that's how I was able to afford such a snappy shirt, the cat tacos. If you have any comments, please comment. If you have anything you'd like to talk with me, if you have any questions, deep spiritual questions, shallow spiritual questions, got to talk about somebody. But getting back to it, if we do talk about politics and we insult someone, it's purely for entertainment value. Anything I say is just meant to be taken. Don't take anything I say seriously, okay? It's just not a good idea. I wouldn't bet the house on anything I'm telling you. It appears there's a Come to Jesus meeting coming. There's a meeting of all of our generals on Tuesday. And let's see, we had Don and Melania wagging fingers at each other. Who gives a crap? I really don't. Generals braced for firings and demotions. And there's the usual stuff. People are running around shooting at ICE members, all this crazy stuff. Most people comply. There's a story about that. And we have a story here that's actually, depending on your viewpoint, this could be good or bad. We have a California vigilante, and he went and, wow, this guy looks like a crazy person himself. Reject all. Okay, a California guy. Look at this dude. I mean, if this doesn't look like a sex offender, I'm going to blow it up nice and large for you people. Look at those eyes on this guy. Look at him. What a schmuck. Let's see what the story says. All right, this is from the Daily News, written by Teresa Bain. A California man charged with murdering a 71-year-old registered sex offender told police he'd been jonesing to do it for years and found that every bit as fulfilling as he anticipated. Varun Suresh, 29, was charged Monday with murder, armed individual causing great bodily harm, and residential burglary, the Fremont Police Department said in a statement. Police in the East Bay neighborhood responded to a residence around noon last Thursday after receiving a 911 call regarding a violent altercation between two individuals. For those of you in Canoga Park, hey Gina, what's happening, baby? All the news from LA that's fit to print. So police responded, and upon arriving, they found David Brimmer, the pervert, was suffering from significant stab wounds that officers' immediate trauma care could not save him from. That was the old kicking him in the ribs and re-stabbing him a few times. Child molesters don't do well with police, firemen, anybody else. This guy is a psycho, though, who went and killed another psycho. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, first thing, let the police drag this child molesters into court. As far as stabbing somebody repeatedly, guys, just don't do it. Tell the cops what he's done. Go after him. I don't know. Vigilante shit just gets everybody in trouble, and it's just kind of weird. Hey, Gina, I hope you're well. I hope the LA weather, it looked very nice today. And I see some fusion happening here on the green screen. We'll have to deal with that later. This guy who did this, he is a pedophile. And he said, everyone hates pedophiles, so, it should be cool, Suresh said. I honestly don't like pedophiles, and they deserve to die. Now, first off, I don't disagree with the sentiments the guy has. However, he was committed, and I think a lot more about it now. In 1995, he was conviction of committing lewd and lascivious acts with a child. Did you hear that? Lewd and lascivious. With a child, of course. He's also been convicted 4 times for sexual offenses against children in Alameda County. Now, I have to say, what in the hell? How is this guy still out there roaming around and doing stupid crap like this? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. We love you, Gina. Thanks for coming by. So, people, there is some new stuff I'm doing on the show. I was going to tell you the next great news story about a woman who punched a staff member and then tried to pee on him. Pictures at 11. I'm going to be doing a few things with the new show, which I think everybody's going to like, because one of the reasons I took off for a while was just to take some time, and I had a lot of things to deal with and kind of figure out something new and different with the show. Aside from my taco shirt and a new backdrop, I wanted to change fundamentally what we do here. And so one of the things I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have live music playing on the Live with Neve show 24 hours a day. I will get them set up now. Everybody who I've ever booked or had on the show, I've got music for. And, we're going to start putting out all the time. We're going to have country, rock and roll, heavy metal, world music. We're going to have about 4 or 5 genres to start with, because that's mostly what I've had for interviews. We will also be continuing the live interview process with some of our favorite friends, especially our old friends. People who've been on the show before, it's a lot different game than when you first come on if you're a young band. Now, I saw some bands last night in England that were tremendous. My friend Mike Laird, has a show in England I will be posting the address for it, and I will be doing a commercial for next week's show, which is going to feature some of the bands I heard last night. I literally heard the future of rock and roll last night, and it's coming from Montana. I've got to tell you guys, I saw a band last night. I don't have my notes in front of me about who they were, but I will have it in all the advertisements and so forth. Now let's see. My notes. No, but I'm literally telling you, we had 10 bands, and there was 5 other radio hosts, and we played the show. Mike Laird is the host of his show, and he's going to be on my show. I'll be on his show. We're going to be doing all kinds of collaborative things with other people. I also want to do some live with some of my guests in the studio. That way, if you're in a band and you're getting down, all you got to do is pick up your iPad or your phone. I don't have my phone in front of me because inevitably what happens when I do the show is somebody who I've known forever calls up and they're like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Well, it's 4 o'clock, so for the past 5 years I've been doing essentially the same thing, sitting here at 4 o'clock for a while. And by the way, if you're out there, can you hear my voice okay? Last night in the show in England, I had to be turned down because I have a big mouth. And if I'm not loud enough, Gina, you've heard the show. Just give me a little heads up if the sound really is sucking today. I don't think it is, but you never know. God, my backdrop's the same. I think we need something different back there. Let's see what this does. No, it's not doing it. Why not? Huh. Oh, well, we're not going to worry about it right now. It's one of those things. You know, the technical stuff. Look, first off, before I sidetrack, as everybody knows who watches the show, I sidetrack all the time. Let's see if we have some new comments. Oh, good. I'm glad it sounds good. The pictures are clear. By the way, the show is now being broadcast in 48 kilohertz or 96, excuse me. It is television quality audio. I'm going to be using a better mic because of that and some other changes around the show, which that way when I get on here, I can grab like the NPR mic. Yes, here we are on NPR Music Radio, and we're going to do a live show with Neve. We've sedated him greatly. He's on Valium today, and he's going to be really calm and focused and reserved. And now I've got some really shitty band from college that's going to drive you out of your car. So turn it up and listen to this crap. I'm kidding. I'm going to have some desk side concerts. Or desk front, whatever. I have to come up with my own name, and that's okay. Play Misty for me. What a great movie. Or the Clint Eastwood. God, I love those movies. I love watching him, in Dirty Harry and all those flicks. They're just great fun. And then some of the old westerns also were incredible with Clint. I'll tell you something a lot of people don't know about Clint Eastwood. He has got a tremendous amount of cars. I think his collection is bigger than the other guy with the show. He's got funny hair and a big jaw. At any rate, he has quite the car collection, the jaw. But Clint has the car collection. In fact, I understand through the grapevine that he's going to be willing that to me when he passes away inevitably. So stick around, you'll be seeing Neve styling in a Bentley, or he's got a bunch of those big Stowe cars, but I want one of those like sports Bentleys, or a Porsche that can do, 180, even though I can't drive it. Jay Leno, thank you, Gina. Gina, you need to be a co-host as much as you're always here when I need you. So here's another story before we go to a break. I'm just going to check the time here. What do we got? 4:15. Another thing is some of the ads I've been running over the years. We're going to be getting some new ads because I have some new prospects, so that's cool. If you have any ideas out there that you think are cool that we should do on the show, I mean, I'm not going to do any Gallagher shit with that watermelon and smash it with a hammer because it's been done. There's other stuff to talk about, though. I'm going to get on a subject that galls my ass. And I don't care if you're right or left wing. But look, if you're a celebrity and you're going to leave, I get it. Go. All this endless ass kissing of each other about, oh, I'm going. You know what they want? People to write them and tell them how great they are. It's just, look, do good works. You don't have to tell people when you do good shit for them, okay? And the way I see it, same thing with if you're going over there because you're going to leave the country. I get it, but I don't get it, okay? We have a democratic system. We have a Republican Constitution. It's not pure democracy. It's not one for one. And if I have to explain this again to people, ask me. If you don't understand why we have an electoral college, please, I'll tell you. We have it so we don't have the tyranny of the majority, meaning that LA and New York, even though some people think they should run the whole country, we have that so that the election is fairly, we apportion each state a certain floating number that makes sense. It's adjusted for scale. If we didn't have first off, we'd have to start doing constitutional amendments, literally changing the Constitution, which is always a bad idea, because to have a constitutional convention, you can have all kind of wackos come in and involve it. Wackos on the left, wackos on the right. Do we want the Nazi party going and joining, being considered good? No, we don't. And personally, Antifa, they say the organization that doesn't exist. Well, quit going out and blowing up shit. People, if you didn't like the election, there's one in 4 years. There's one in 2 years, so vote. But stop with the bullshit. Killing people, shooting people. I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of people who they're going to make it out like we didn't have a choice. We all voted. You didn't get what you wanted. Lots of people don't get what they want when the election goes on. I get your frustrations out there, but believe me, the Republicans were frustrated. And if you're going to leave our country, I'm going to say this. I understand your anger because of your political choices, but our country, stay and make it better. Instead of being whiny and going on TV and self-flagellating and trying to, it's just like it bombs. It makes you look stupid. You leaving a country that's the best place on earth to live for the most part. Don't get me wrong. If I had millions of bucks, I'd have my bunker up in in Switzerland somewhere. Or I would have, an underground cave or something, but I don't. All I have is my underground lair, which isn't underground. I have a great view of the bridge here. That's courtesy of Susan Fine, one of my earliest customers. I shouldn't say customers, one of the people who enjoys the show. So, how do I feel about what happened on September 10th in Utah? I feel terrible about all of this crap. First off, September 10th is my birthday, okay? I already don't like the day because every time I'm celebrating, I remember how I felt the night before the tragedy of 9/11. I was out having a really good dinner at a great restaurant. And I got to tell you, life was going extraordinarily well. Everything was great. I had a great job making money. I was very happy with myself. And on the way home from my dinner and having a great time, I almost felt like I shouldn't get too excited about the fact that things were going well because they were just going too good. And then the next morning I'm at work and the first thing I get is a call from my daughter with fear in her voice, terrified about the towers falling. And it was one of the worst phone calls I've had in my life, up there with some of my friends passing away in the past couple of months. And, some calls you just don't want to frickin' answer and it sucks. But my daughter called me and she was terrified, and that was when the first plane hit. And right after that, the guys I had working over at MacDill Air Force Base, we were working for a company that did communications for the military. So we were at CENTCOM and SOCOM. It just happened to be there that day working on the big room. If you've ever seen a war, when they have the big war room at CENTCOM and SOCOM, that's what we were fixing. And we had a bunch of people coming in and out, and we all had to, you have to have clearance to be walking around in there. So you can't just be like any Tom, Dick, and Harry that walks in. On that day, after my daughter called, I got a call from my friend, David Register. If you're out there, man, I love you. If you're a friend of Dave's, please say hello to him. He is in the hospital. He had a stroke. He's not in the hospital. He's in a rest home, and it really sucks. I have to tell you, one of my best friends and one of the best people in the world, and he had a stroke it's got to be 6 years now. And he can talk a little better, but he's got a lot of problems. And Dave, if you're out there, I love you. I'm coming to Florida. I'm going to see you. We'll bring party favors. We'll have a great time. So a shout out for David Register. He's known on Facebook as Tampa Dave, TPA Dave. And if you want, just send him a note. Say, hey man, I hope you're feeling good. It would probably make his day. And I'm going to post his name here just because it's Pade on Facebook. What happened there? Hold on. There we are, people. I disappeared and so did you. Okay, so there you have it. There's Tampa Dave's number. Anyhow, that day he called me from the base and said we've been escorted off the base with machine guns because they're flying George Bush to the Air Force Base. He was down in Sarasota, Florida, talking to the kids. At that point, I'm just going, what's going on? You know, like everybody in America, except all my friends in New York are up there going, what the hell? Some of my smart friends got their ass out of there immediately before the first one fell. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't, and there was just so many stories of resilience that day. I have a friend of mine who walked all the way over to Long Island, and he then met some guys and got a ride further. But there was an amazing element of cooperation back then in the days after 9/11 that we don't feel very often anymore. And that bugs me because after that, we all got together as a country and we all loved each other and we all have to keep that sense of mind, regardless of who wins the election. If you're a Republican, you're going to hate it when the Democrats win. If you're a Democrat, vice versa. You know what I mean, peeps. If you're a Republican, of course you're going to hate the Democrats. If you're a Democrat, you're going to hate the Republicans. But remember this, there was a time and a place where we used to sit and talk to each other about issues that were important. It's weird to me that it was 6 years before you were even born. I'm sorry, man. What's your name again? Because I'm sitting here drawing a blank, and I'm sorry. I have a bad time with names. In fact, I have a bad time with most things. But no, I'm kidding you. Just sometimes I am terrible with names, and I like this kid. He's one of our early guests, and we've had him on the show to talk, and he's really grown up. It's cool. He's kind of grown up with the Live with Neve show, and I dig that. Getting back to the politics thing, though. Remember, this party is going to be gone in 4 years. This is what happens. We kick the football from one side to the right or left. The difference is a Republican will screw you for his money and take it right off your bill. Like wherever you're buying shit, the Republican guys are buying it and they have all the money and they're making tons of money. But remember, there's tons of Democrats that make piles of money too. Making money is not bad. This is America. The people who want to take it and make it communist, they're just stupid. And the reason they're stupid is they've never made any money. They don't know anything about economics. And the people running around screaming they want to be Mao, I got to tell you, you don't. I've been in 2 communist countries. They suck. Okay? Now, you can go to China. It doesn't suck. China does not suck. It's huge, but it's still very different than what Americans are used to here. And most people wouldn't want to live under their yoke, so to speak. Dan Deppert, that's it, Dan. I am so sorry. I know your name now that I see it, and I'm writing it because that usually gets it to stick in my febile drummer's brain. Let's see. There we go. It's probably meant that Deppert isn't my real name. I don't share my real one publicly, apart from any music for my privacy. Well, good on you, Dan. That's great. I figure at this point, I'm not really good about the incognito thing. My nickname Neve is purely, I'm not trying to be Prince or anything, I'm not that mysterious, I don't have the guitar chops and I can't sing like you could. So it's not for any of those reasons. I'm not a maniacal person about myself. And I'll tell you this, when you watch the show, people, don't take it too serious. I love everybody. I got Republican friends, I got Democrat friends, and most of them are really freaking normal. They go to work, they play in bands, they make money, and they're all great people, regardless of what their party is. In fact, I sometimes wish that all of my friends, I didn't know their politics, because they all get along when they're together. So just don't talk politics. Like families and stuff. If your family's like madly right or left, and you're madly left or right, well, cut down on the visits I've had. But when you go, remember people, when you're eating dinner and you're sitting around, everybody's got the right to bloviate. You have the right to talk back with facts. And you have the right to be polite. Because that's lacking. Yeah, right. McKevin just popped in, my brother from another mother. My friend McKevin is down in North Carolina. I always fuck it up. It's North Carolina. Thank you. You put it there. Uh, he's a former New Jersey guy, and he was the first guy friend I met, and one of the only friends I have in New Jersey. I say that I have lots of friends here. Don't get me wrong. I'm just being. I had just moved here from Florida, and I was on a date, and I had to pass the test. You know how you ladies get a phone number, and if you go out with a strange guy that you've never dated, you have a number that somebody calls you. And then if the date's going great, you say, "Oh yeah, we're having dinner. It's going great." But if it's not going great, you say, "Hey, I gotta go. It's an emergency. My friend's got a toothache," and then they run off because you're a bum date. That didn't happen. She took me back down home, and we went to a bar, and I hung out with her friends, and they all vetted me. And there's Kevin. He's in Wilmington. I was gonna say, I would say Wilmington, Delaware, or somewhere, but Wilmington's a great place. People, Kevin lives there, and I'm just still looking because it's a great place. I have part of the problem in South in the South is they have less than liberal policies about marijuana, and I don't want to go to jail for medicine there. I don't think it's worth it. But I gotta say, my friend Kevin is a great guy, and shout out to him. He escaped New Jersey unscathed. Yeah, that's right. I kind of agree, man, you know? But, I don't know, we're just talking today. I get along with all my exes for the most part. There's a couple that I don't really want to talk to, but in general, I get along with them. Why not? People you love, you shouldn't, when you break up with somebody, it's good if you're a gentleman to remain polite, unless you like freaked out and scared her and she ran off because you started waving knives around or something. I don't know. It's like even Britney Spears, if you're a guy, she looks great until you walk in and she's got that look and she's juggling knives and God damn it, Britney, you need some help, girl. I just say, cut down on the ecstasy or whatever. Girl's baked Alaska, man. What do we got here? Yes, that is correct. I've been to that beautiful facility. Yeah, man. It's in close to Raleigh. It's actually in Fort Mill, but same basic area. And I say that because at the time when they opened Fort Mill, it was a big deal, and we all flew up there, and I got to tour. It was awesome. Had all these little studios for audio architects, and these people who are the audio architects. Don't get me wrong, folks. It's a great job, and if you really know your music, it was a killer job to have. However, I prefer sales because that's where the big bucks is at. And if you're just doing voiceovers, you're not going to make the kind of money you could make in those days as a music person. Um, I will tell you this, like where you would find those are the old owner affiliate operations. For people who don't understand what I'm talking about, Muzak was a company that had corporate locations all over the country. And then when it first started, though, it was a franchise business. So New York is one of the first franchises. The franchise I worked at in New Jersey was one of the first, if not the second. Chicago was next. I don't recall the rest, but there is a book out there that I want to get. These guys got me kind of interested in the company. A great company. I'll just tell you, I loved Muzak, and I hated the day that they got bought and we all got let go. But that's business. And I go back to the thing about politics. The day I got removed, I did not pitch a conniption fit. In fact, I was hired like 2 days later. Bingo. And it was a good thing. And I sold products, audio video products around. Some of my clients were Princeton University and Mrs. G's Appliance Center Superstar, which is unbelievable. I've always been kind of an audio guy. I'm just a drummer, and audio is something that I clicked with, the mathematics of it, and I love the physics of sound and all that kind of crap. So, it's just something that I dig. And I'm going to say, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to play you an ad for one of the people I really dig. Y'all have seen this ad. This is my friend from Ireland, Darren Flynn, and I'm going to hook him up. I'm going to look him up again, and I'm going to have him back on the show. One of the other things we're going to be doing on the 24-hour music show that I'm going to have, we'll have country, pop, world beat, and heavy metal because I really like savage, raw, in your face metal sometimes. Whenever I watch the news and I hear politics going on, I want to put on like freaking Cannibal Corpse or something, just throttle my head for an hour on my drum kit. And I can't stand that music normally, but when I get really angry, it's great. Um, let's see, we've got Alf in the house today, I think. Where is he? No, I don't know what's going on. No Alf background, apparently. Let's see if we can do that one. There's something really weird. They changed things on this new update, and it's just not the same.
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. The people we
My buddy, the favorite bass player, this guy is such a great dude. He's so cool and funny and gracious, and I just love him to death. The one and only Leland.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
How about it? A couple of people I like a lot. And as far as the advertising policy, I'm going to make ads so cheap they can't resist buying them. And I say that because, I've been doing the show a while. I'm not replacing, what's the guy with the ratty hair and foul mouth, Howard Stern like. He's just turned into the ultra douche as he's aged. I don't know what's with him, but God, man, he was quite the just great A pervert, man. Since the old days, I used to love traveling to New York or Chicago in the old days when he first started. I found it entertaining, but just incredibly crude sometimes. And the guy's just he's made a ton of money, so I can't say anything. I mean, I wish my show was making that kind of money. But Howard was a professional, and oh my gosh. Oh, happy birthday. Hey, Irish, I'm so sorry you have the flu. Listen, there's an invite in your mailbox for you and Kelly, so come on, join the show, hang out for a minute. Last time I saw Irish, he was looking so great. Man, was just robust. If you're in Detroit, Michigan, and you need somebody to do bust-ass killer work, carpentry, all those kind of things, he is the man. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Irish. Happy birthday to you. Ah, yes, a little adjustment. I keep those handy because my right hand feels where I've had years of tear on it. You can see a big knot in my hand. It's lovely. I always have to try and keep it loose because my thumb can't grip a stick like I used to. God, I didn't mean to make that motion to add any disgusting business after talking to Howard Stern. So happy birthday, Irish. For the guys that don't know, if you've never seen the show before, Irish is my brother from another mother, as well as Kevin. In fact, those two guys, if we were all together, would have a great time. In fact, all three of us would have a great time. Can I tell you? I only hang out with good people, and I'm so lucky. I got the best friends. I have to tell you, both Irish and Kevin, and even my friend from England. I look at him, to me, Dan's sort of like having a young cousin or something. I like the kid, and if I call you a kid, it's just because to me you're a kid. I'm an old man. I'm 60 something, and yeah, I know. You know how it is, Irish. You get lonely, and I don't know, you start banging on things. Do exercises like this all day. At any rate, we're here doing I got to tell you something. When I don't do the show, I really miss the people I get to interact with. Like all week long, you do stuff and you got all this shit to deal with in life, medical stuff. And I've got enough things in my life to keep me busy. with family obligations, and just to sometimes get friends who've gotten really sick and have hard times, and you try and help them out when you can, and it just sucks sometimes. And so many people have a hard time no matter what's going on. And I was a kid only about 30 days ago. So what, are you 18 now? Are you 18, Dan? I got to tell you, Dan, you're a great kid. The fact that you came on my show last week and we're here live and showing your face on it, you've grown out of your shell so much, man. Congratulations for everybody. Give him a hand. My man, Dan Dipper. I'm curious how you came up with your moniker, if you changed it from your real name. Do you have a family member named DePert or Neil Pert or anything like that? Happy birthday on August 28th. Wow, man. My birthday was September 10th. And like I was complaining earlier, I hate that night. I'm always like, what's going to happen tomorrow? Um, it's just kind of crazy. Well, Irish, if you want to come in and if you're done whacking it up there, come on the show, man. We miss you. Come on, you got to come on here. I need somebody else to throw some barbs at or throw barbs at me. Anyhow, we're glad you're here, Irish. I hope you have a great birthday. Um, Irish is a great man, good friend, and one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. If you are lucky to have a friend as good as he is, you're lucky indeed, because he's good. He's a great guy, and if you think you've been through any shit in your life and you have some trouble, go back and watch my episode, okay? Where Irish and I, the first time we met. Uh, I'll be playing that because honestly, I think that's the best show I ever had. I'm very glad that I got to become friends with him and know him like a brother now. And, I'm glad you're feeling better, man. That's all I can say, Irish. You're a good man, and I believe he's got a great future ahead of him. That's important. I always tell people this: if you got somebody that is in your life, they have hard times. Of course, you're going to try and help them. But sometimes there's not anything you can do other than find somebody who has a business and you can recommend them and that kind of stuff. But, a lot of us work really hard to do a great job, and professionals take pride in what they're doing. Oh no, I thought you said pulling when I looked at it in the little screen. I was looking at it, I thought it said been pulling all day. I was gonna say, damn, did you switch hands? Did you get calluses? Or what are you doing down there, man? Well, I'm sorry you're puking. That sounds like hideous on a birthday. Here, I'm gonna have the cuck and the cake now. You'd be grabbing a bag. Prop, I just happen to have that there. Amazing. So last night I was wearing these headphones. These are like some serious headphones. You can just look at them and they kick ass. And what I mean by that is they even have a switch here. You can't read what it says, but in the middle means there's no EQing. The spot on the left is mono. The spot on the right is lightly compressed. But the point about them is they're pretty expensive and they're really heavy. And they were making fun of my weird head. I look like I'm trying to broadcast, like I'm receiving a broadcast from it. These things sound incredible. But the only thing I will say about them is they're freaking heavy as hell. It's at any rate, I never had anybody make fun of my headphones before, but I've been using, it's weird. You get old. There they are. I'm just sitting here. I said, I know they got to be close. These are my usual broadcast headphones. One of the things. Come on, man. What's going on here? Put this up. It's your birthday. You're supposed to get service from your girlfriend, man. Yeah, little hand relief. remember Borat. Have a Borat birthday. I hope you get lucky, man. Come on, Kelly. It's his birthday. He gets special treats. Treat him good. I'm just having fun, Irish. I respect you and your girlfriend very much. I'm just having fun. Hope you are too. So, guys, what time is it here? I've got to look. It is. I'll tell you, it was really fun today. Just a few people, the right people, really make the difference between having a good show and having. Oh, he's a snot and puke man. We'll go. That will just wish that you do better, man. Because that sounds like agony, and I've had it. We all have had it. It sucks being sick. Remember, having your health, people, that is the best thing you've got, whether you're broke or rich. I gotta brush my teeth first. Yes. Remember, always scrub up. There's the girl say, pussy tits and armpits. I have to come up with my own quip for guys. Balls, hair, and ass. How's that sound? If you got swamp ass, man, scrub that thing up. No woman wants to go down there and smell your ass from 3 feet away. What can I say? It works for me. A little hygiene goes a long way. The toothbrush and all that crap. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I hope that with this new show and perhaps some new guests, as far as musicians, I have lots of guests. It's really hard. I love having co-hosts. The problem is the show doesn't make enough money to pay anybody well. And, I don't blame people it's hard to do this. Commitment. In fact, that's why I'm back to doing it every Friday, because I had 5 years worth of great shows. Actually, about 2 years of great shows. But you gotta have a dude wipe. Yeah, man, you know it. All you gotta do is just, I don't know, get the hose out. I've done it. I don't even tell you the circumstances. Standing outside in a cold yard, scrubbing up with a hose. It was my bad days when I was young. And I was crazy as hell. I'm glad those days are over. I sleep at night now, and I have a lot of fun. I have my cat tacos tonight for dinner. Cat kind of looks like mine. He's not happy. He's like, what the hell? I bought this about 2 days before they were on TV. My girlfriend got it. And I don't forget. Maybe she didn't. I don't remember now. Thinking. At any rate, I got it. And then like a day or two later, we had the president. Yeah, look at this. We got to have Dave. Dan's going to be on with me. All right. Absolutely. I love having you on, Dan. You're a good man. You were bringing up the younger generation of people. These days are not over. Hell no. I am crazy as hell, but that's kind of considered a bonus. I'm going back to bed. Hey man, feel better. I love you too, man. And just get well. God, poor bastard. Get him out of Detroit, Ben needs to be in New York or LA or somewhere where it's got some action. Not up there in fucking hillbilly country. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult you if you live in Detroit. I don't mean to call it hillbilly country or anything else. But to me, it's fucking flyover country. And I say that just because it's goddamn cold as balls there. I mean, New Jersey, I'm right here on the ocean. We don't get that cold in your bones pain. I'm an old man. I got arthritis and pieces of steel and titanium in my whole body. It's like, Christ. You get old, you get cranky. But I'm never cranky. That's my girlfriend. Annie, am I cranky ever? Well, so while we're sitting here, I want to see if I can do something. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Hello, anybody there? Oh, okay. I don't think I can run both of these programs. I wanted to show you something that I think is really cool. Let me move this over here. Go over here now. See if I can put it up. No, don't take it away. God damn it. I'm assuming you can still hear me because I still see it. This is not going to work. I have an incredible synthesizer program that I'm using to write a new intro. And it's really a good time. It's a Moog. Hold on. I'll bring it in here. I've got several of the Moog products for apps. And I want to tell you people, if you're a musician, it really is a great day. This is called an Animoog. Oh, can't really see it because it's green. I'll play it to you. There you go. Yeah, that'd be great. Dan, you're always welcome here. And I'll send you an invite so you can be on camera and we'll have talk. And I don't know what to tell all you guys, other we're gonna have some fun. The show's just beginning, and it took me 5 years to figure out really what to do with it. It's a lot of fun, but it wasn't making me any money. It cost me money. Um, but it is fun, and I have a dream, so we'll see. Uh, I think we can get into Howard Stern territory easily. I'm kidding. I'd like to think we'll have more fun than Howard Stern without like having to ask. The last thing I saw him and I turned him off is he had Leslie West who had his leg amputated. No, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, he had his leg amputated due to diabetes or something really horrible. He has kind of a flipper down there. Anyhow, they were having a discussion about him and his wife's bedroom activities, and they just got into some stuff with the flipper that was, let's just say, I had enough. Almighty, I can't believe I'm talking about this on my show because it was so freaking nasty. It was horrendous. It's about that's what the visual equivalent was to that show. It was just like, you did what? Oh my God, people! I was just losing my mind. It's like not too far of a place to walk. So I'm sitting here. We have all kinds of great. There you go, man. It's gonna be good. We're gonna have a crazy new intro and a little bit on that after the show. I see we're at like 10 till 5. Let's see. I've got a couple of media assets here. I need to just see if anybody that I want to make sure they're on today because I like to help out my friends. And let's see. Oh, well, let's see what we got. Our friend from Sweden, one of the most talented people on the road on the Hammond organ that I know. And
Hello there, my name is Andreas Hellqvist, this is Daniel Olsson, and we're live with Neve and having a great time.
oh yeah, oh yeah, that's it. Oh no, I don't want to remove myself. There we go. Let's get me up on the big screen here. Oh, where did he go? Sitting there with a little head in the small drawing here. Big body. So anybody out there doing any kind of personal fitness or anything? I am, and I'm proud to say I've lost about 5 pounds. Trying hard, man. And my friend Bill Puig often co-hosts on the show. I got to congratulate him. He's lost 10 pounds. And I'm coming up behind you, Bill. I got to lose some weight, get ready for the next 50 years. I figured we'll talk about this before the end of the show a little bit. I'm going to ask a question of you guys out there. Just a yes or no. If you can live for 150 years, do you want to? If you're healthy, relatively healthy, you know what I mean. Able to walk, talk, eat, have friends, make love, do all the things you want to do in life. Drive fast cars. Got to be careful with that. I will say I have not had a ticket now in almost 8 years. It's pretty good for me. It's an amazing record. When I used to be in sales, oh, there goes a Black Hawk helicopter. I think there's 2 of them. They've been flying up and down the coast, especially when, yes, I like that. You're wearing a taco shirt. 10 pounds to go, man. Yeah. The good thing about the cat shirt hides the fat. Yeah, it's like every woman wants. You'd be happy with 100 years? I think 100 years is like a good life, well lived with today's lifespans. I think you and I and everybody in the room here, we could all potentially live to 100 just with today's medicine. I mean, my girlfriend Annie, her dad lived to be 99 years old. I mean, he's just short of 100, and he was lucid. He had it going on, and it was a good thing. Trying to find some more of these oddball sounds for the show. I had so many samples here to That is awful. That is awful too. Yeah, I think 150, if I'm healthy, would be great fun. I don't know. It just seems appropriate. Okay, well, we've got 10 minutes left. And while I'm looking at the media assets here, let's see. Our friend Hira, I'm going to post her up. This is an old thing. Hira has blown up. She's got her degree from Harvard, and she's on the success track that's just rocking. For those of you who've been on the show a long time, you'll know who Hira is. She's just a tremendous talent, and I really love what she's doing. When I heard her sing the first time, I knew she's going to be successful. She has a program she's running, and I'm going to run an ad for her next week, where young people who are in high school can get guidance on starting a business with help from all of these tremendous talents she's gotten together. And she lives in Indonesia, but I'm not sure. I think she's in LA right now. And I'm going to have her on the show to talk about it. I think music education is something extremely important for kids, adults, and parents, and kids, and everybody wins. Musicians generally who are in elementary and junior high and high school, most musicians study and learn things at a faster rate than a lot of other people because they have practice memorizing long scores of music and things like that. But your math skills, your social skills, everything can be improved if you're a young person and you're in a band. You can learn manners, like sitting in a symphony. You're not supposed to sit there and twiddle with your bow. You're supposed to sit there. And that's one thing if you're all tuning up and you're doing it's acceptable. But don't be the guy in the freaking orchestra who goes, donk, at a really bad note while you're tuning. Donk, donk, donk. It shit won't fly. Oh, got it, man. I got fucking fruit flies in here. So here's Hera just saying hello.
Hey guys.
Come on.
Hey guys, I'm international singer-songwriter Hira and I'm on Live with Neve. See you guys soon.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
All right, Dan, can you hear me? Go ahead and I see your mic. I don't hear you yet.
Hello.
Okay, can you turn up a little bit?
Hold on. I think I have a solution. 1 second.
Here, I'll do it on my end. Let me see what I can do. All right, everybody, this is the legendary Dan Peter. Talk again, please. Say hello. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello? Oh, he's gone. What happened? I hate it when that happens. Oh, well. So, let's see a couple comments there. Comments, come on. Legitimate no see. Oh, man, Alana, I have not seen you in forever. Good to see you. All right. And Dan's back. We're going to try and get him in. Dan, you've entered the studio. Turn your camera on, mate. I can hear you, but we can't see you. I'm going to crank you up a little bit. Let's see. No, I don't want to mute his mic. I want to put him on. No. Dan. Okay, and let's see if we can get him on here. Add to stage. Hey, Dan, are you there? There he is. He's having problems getting in. Check.
Hello.
There he is. The one and only Dan DePert from beautiful England. Where do you live?
How's
again?
it going?
It's going great. Where do you live? The town.
I'm in. I don't know if I should share that because there's going to be people who might see this and they might But
You sound good. No,
I'm in
I hear you.
Essex. Hmm.
I'm going to crank you up just a tad, but you do sound good. So what are you up to today? What's going on in England today? Anything exciting in the news over there?
Yeah,
You heard anything? Let's say capturing
I,
the public.
I haven't
You don't
I
read
haven't
the
really been
news too
checking, to be
much?
honest.
Yeah. Well,
It
I
it
see the
just makes
news
me,
here, and
it
it
just
looks.
brings me down. So
That's true. That's true. It can bring you down. I'm one of these people. I really admit it. I get fascinated by the things going on in the world. So I'm kind of a news junkie, which is helpful when doing your show at times, but sometimes means I have like no life other than just what I've cobbled together, talking politics or talking about people in general. Politics is an ugly, dirty business. Unfortunately, we have to do it. And I always told my kids, you got to vote because a lot of people, it's a privilege to vote. It's 17 hours. What's this? Who wrote this? Oh, Alona,
well,
you sound
when it
great.
comes
How nice.
when it comes to
Thanks for.
politics, I can't really decide if I'm left or right because I agree with 50% of the things both sides say.
That's great. What is this Ace Arlo? Who put this in? Oh yeah, here's Gina saying hello to you.
Hello, Gina.
Yeah, Gina's great. Gina Adams is my friend from California, and she is hooked up in the music scene very well. And I thank her because she's gotten me many. She's gotten shots of shows she's been to, and go to her page. Tons of great stuff. I don't. Tell me, Gina, have they been taking your videos down after a month? I've had some of that going on with the show on Facebook and all those channels. That's one of the reasons, people, if you want to watch the show, and it will eventually, we will be transferring to X all the time. At some point, we'll have to fade out Facebook just because it's not friendly for broadcasting. They don't like independent shows like mine. Uh, they take up a massive amount of space, and I get it. The hardware, the space requirements for my stuff. Um, yeah, Alona, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're back. We're going to be on every Friday again, and you can come by. And if I'm out of town, I will run a rerun. But we're going to be making some big changes, and I hope it makes it better for the new year for you guys. I mean, I want the show to be entertaining to you. Um, yeah, Gina Adams and Facebook is deleting. Yeah, that sucks. I hate that. Um, why isn't this letting me put it up on the screen? I'm wondering. I love when they do some of these things. Oh, that's Grok trying to summarize the image. Get out of here. Summarize two guys sitting in a room looking at each other. So, do you practice every day? Do you have a practice regimen that you go through? Or do you do more of an ad hoc schedule, like, when it feels good or the family's out of the house? That was my thing when I was a kid. Wait till parents hit the road, and I'd be like, "Wow!" and hit my drum set and annoy the neighbors for an hour or so. My neighbors were pretty far from the house, but the old lady next door who I loved, she would still call my mom and complain, "They're playing metal music. It's so loud down there." One time I had a Ferris Bueller style party. Have you ever seen the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Movie about a kid who's in high school and he gets away with all kinds of shit, has big parties, and ends up with I can't tell you the ending, but check out Ferris Bueller's Day Off. For you Americans who are familiar with that, I was having a Ferris Bueller style party, and being a smart little bastard I was, I decided to call the stepfather's alcohol company because he'd get liquor delivered every week or two. I rang him up and pretended to be him and ordered several cases of beer, vodka, whiskey, whatever. Had the whole setup for everybody. And it worked. The guy shows up with a truckload of beer, packing it around the back of the house. I've got about 20 friends there. And next door I hear, "Hey, you don't give those kids beer? Their parents are out of town." I was pissed, man. The guy's like, "What?" He goes walking back, took our beer. And yes, Alona, that is a good point you made there. I'm sorry, I'm having a problem putting you up on the screen. let's see. Ace Arlo. I don't know who typed that in. That's really scary. Ace has passed away. I don't know if anybody knows that, but my good friend and guest on the show many times did pass away. So it was odd that that just popped in here.
I think I remember Ace Arlo.
Ace was great. In fact, he's one of the best artists I've had on. And I tell you, people, he sadly died of cancer. He has written a ton of great songs, one of which I want to record because he has said anybody who records his song will get the producer's credit. He will get the music credit. And there you go. Remind me, Alona, where do you live? And am I pronouncing your name right? I hope so. If I'm not, folks.
I get the feeling that Ace Arlo was on one of the streams.
On the beer? All right. On the beer, man. Good for you. I'm on the sparkly water, which doesn't look like it's very sparkly anymore. What is this? I said water, not sweat. I'm kidding. Nobody here. A little wet now. Moisture content is high. Portland, that's right. So how are things in Portland these days? Is it safe and clean and back to normal? I know I have a great friend who lives there, so this is all BS. And that most of that crap goes on in a very small area of downtown. It's one town I have not been to that I'd love to see because I got a great friend out there. Tracy Edmondson is one of my high school friends. Tracy, if you're out there, we love you, man. He used to dance at the pep rallies. I would see him dance, and that was my cue to head out and go cut school and ride around in the car with young ladies. Belinda, you're out there. You probably remember that kind of stuff. Anyway, it's a great. Anyway, it was ever fun. Oh, I'm hunting rabbits. Oh, good. I'm glad. So, Alona, is it a little calmer over there now in Portland? It's great to see you, by the way. In fact, everybody's here. Thank you very much for coming by. We're going to wrap it up. It's 1:02, and I'm a happy guy. Look at that. I wonder why my computer doesn't do that. I put a thumb up, and it doesn't do the little thing. If anybody knows how to do that, sometime you can clue me in. What's going on here? Okay, we're going to play. I'm just going to play my old band playing, making some racket. Let's see where it is. Here we go. A little ending story for you. I think let me turn this off. Intro, outro. Let's just say we're not going to do the outro. Edit. The outro is going to be this one. All right, people. Set his outro video. So look, have a happy Friday. It's the weekend. If you're a media hound, turn that shit off. You'll have a better weekend. Whoa, that was another wonderful sound. Pretty cool. I like that one. All right, everybody, have a happy Friday. Clean, but safe, but the lies from the president now sending the military here. He won't be. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to send the military to your place. It's hard to say. I don't know if it's clean and safe. It's clean and safe, you know. I'm glad to hear that for everybody's sake. So, we're out of here. Dan, I'll see you next week. I'll see everybody next week with any luck. Take care of yourselves and have fun. And let's see if we can get the
See you when I get back from Wales.
Yeah, man. Have a great week. People, be kind, be good. If you can't be good, I don't know what to tell you. Play outro and end stream.